Hello and welcome to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar. In this video we'll be answering the question, what are the most common mistakes made with apostrophes? There are just two errors that we'll be scratching the surface on in this video. And it's important for you to realise before we go any further that apostrophes are in fact used to either show that letters have been removed from within a word, and that's used for contractions, or to show who something belongs to. We call that apostrophes for possession. But in each of these errors, there's a miscommunication about how the apostrophe is working. The first mistake is confusing its with its. Now that sounds exactly the same, but as you can see, one its has no apostrophe in it and the other has an apostrophe in it. So let's consider its without an apostrophe means belonging to it. So for example, the cat licked its fur. The cat licked its fur because the fur belonged to it, or the cat. So I don't need an apostrophe there, that would be wrong. However, if I say it's with an apostrophe, that translates as it is because I'm using a contraction. I've removed the letter I from two separate words. So it's it and is, and they've merged into one word, and hence why I have an apostrophe there. So the best way to show you this is it's raining outside. It is raining outside is what I'm saying, but it merges into one when I'm speaking. So the it's without the apostrophe is when something belongs to it, specifically a thing called it. And it's with an apostrophe is when I'm saying it is something or other. It is cold outside. The second mistake most commonly made with apostrophes is making plurals with an apostrophe. It's also called the greengrocer's apostrophe, and that's because it's a mistake made on many advertisements, market stalls, and actually more commonly, even more today, is on shop front signs. Let me give you an example. They might say apples with an apostrophe, when actually apples is a plural that just needs an S on the front of the singular apple. So instead, I should say something like, I like to eat apples. I have no need to add an apostrophe to the end of the individual apple. So in essence, some of us are misappropriating or misusing its and its because we're mistaking whether we're thinking about something belonging to it or saying it is. And if we're making plurals with an apostrophe, oftentimes we're doing it wrong because a singular normally just needs an S added to it for it to make grammatical sense. Now it's your turn. For each of the three sentences, consider if they make grammatical sense. And hit pause if you need thinking time. So, how did you get on? It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Unfortunately, the sentiment is quite sad, but also it's grammatically incorrect. No, I'm saying it's, as if the party belongs to it. No, it is my party should mean there's an apostrophe with the word it's. It's with an apostrophe, my party, and I'll cry if I want to. Now that makes grammatical sense. Let's look at example number 2. Strawberries and raspberries taste delicious in summer. Now the way I read that out might have sounded like it was correct, but it's also incorrect because firstly, strawberries is used correctly with just an S added to it, and you'll notice that when it's singular, we have strawberry with a Y and it becomes IES and it's plural. But here, this person is started by making the plural for raspberries, but as opposed to actually committing to that, they've added an apostrophe, which is incorrect. We don't need an apostrophe. That's a greengrocer error. Finally, next week, it's results day. Yes, this is correct, because as we already know, next week it is results day. I'm using the contraction of removing the second I that's found in is to merge it is to be its. That makes it grammatically correct. The whole point of this video is that you don't make those mistakes with it's using an apostrophe or it's without it, and that you think consciously about whether the plural you're forming really needs an apostrophe at all. Best of luck, and be sure that you're not making any greengrocer apostrophe mistakes where you're going. Why not subscribe to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar for all things English, literary and grammatical?